بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. فإن تزوجها بعد ذلك أي بعد زوج آخر وتكرر الشرط لم يقع شيء. Right. So we're speaking about the masla of kullama. So he said kullama dakhalti dara. You understand? Fanti talik. He's telling his wife, every time you enter the house, you're divorced. Right? So she entered the house once, twice, thrice. So she became divorced thrice now. Right? When the zawaja, so if he marries her after that, أي بعد زوج آخر, mean after another husband, right? Because she went through the process of halala now. وتكرر الشرط لم يقع شيء. And then she enters the house again. The shart is repeated. No, nothing will occur now. لأن باستفاق الطلقات الثلاث المملوكات في هذا النكاح لم يبقى الجزاء. Because with receiving in full the three talaqs which is owned in this nikah, the jaza doesn't remain anymore. So she used up the three talaqs, so there's no more jaza now. وَبَقَاءُ الْيَمِينِ بِهِ وَبِالشَّرْطِ. And the continuation of yameen depends on the jaza and the shart. So since the jaza is no more there, the shart could still be found, but there's no more jaza left now. So therefore, the whole oath is now finished. وَفِي خِلَافُ زُفَرَ رحمة الله عليه. It is اختلاف of Imam Zufar. وَسُنُكَرِّرُ مِنْ بَعْدُ إِنْ شاء الله تعالى. And we will explain it afterwards إن شاء الله تعالى. ولو دخلت على نفس التزوج بأن قال كلما تزوجت امرأة فهي طالق. And if the word kullama entered upon the actual marriage, in this way that he said, every time I marry a woman, then she's divorced. يحنث بكل مرة. He will break his oath every time. وإن كان بعد زوج آخر, even though it is after another husband. So every time he marries one woman, one talaq. He marries again, second, marries again, third. So three talaqs, right? Then he goes to then he marries another woman. Or even if he doesn't marry another woman, then she gets married, right? Then she gets married to another man, then she comes back again. Then he marries her again. She'll get talaq. You understand it? لأن انعقادها باعتبار ما يملك عليها من الطلاق بالتزوج. Because the yameen is transacted with the consideration of that which he owns over her of talaq, but with marriage. وَذَلِكَ غَيْرُ مَحْصُورٍ. And that is not limited. You understand? Because every time he's marrying her, that means he's got talaqs. He owns talaqs over her. You understand it? So every time he marries her, there'll be talaqs that can fall. You understand it? Right. وَزَوَالُ الْمِلْكِ بَعْدَ الْيَمِينِ لَا يُبْتِلُهَا. And the going away of the ownership after the oath doesn't cancel out the oath. Right? لأنه لم يوجد الشرط فبقي. Right, because the shart was not yet found, so it still remains. وَالْجَزَاءُ بَاقٍ لِبَقَاءِ مَحَلِّ. And the jaza still remain due to the mahal still being remaining. فَبَقِيَ الْيَمِينُ. So the oath will still remain. So this example of this is now, he said if you enter the house, you're divorced, right? Now, before she could enter the house, he divorced her. Right? So now she's divorced now. So she never entered the house, right? Now she's no more in his ownership, but the yameen is still there. That yameen is still valid, right? Because the shart was not yet found. If the shart was found, then the yameen is finished, right? But the shart was not yet found. So the shart is still remaining and the mahal is still there. In other words, the woman is still alive, right? فَبَقِيَ الْيَمِينَ ثُمَّ إِنْ وُجِدَ الشَّرْطُ فِي مِلْكِ إِنْ حَلَّتِ الْيَمِينَ. Then if the shart is found in his ownership, in others maybe he got married to her again, then she entered the house. You understand it? Right. Then the oath will be dissolved. وَوَقَعَ الطَّلَاقُ. When the talaq will occur. لأنه وجد الشرط. Because the shart is now found. وَالْمَحَلُّ قَابِلٌ لِلْجَزَاءِ. And the mahal, which is the woman, she is suitable for the jaza. You know, she can receive a talaq because she's in his ownership. فَيَنْزِلُ الْجَزَاءُ. So the jaza will fall. وَلَا يَبْقَى الْيَمِينُ لِمَا قُلْنَا. And the yameen will not remain because of what we mentioned, that the word in doesn't indicate upon takrar. You understand? It's now finished, right? وَإِنْ وُجِدَ فِي غَيْرِ الْمِلْكِ. And if it was found out of ownership, in other words, after he divorced her, right? Then while she was divorced now from him, she entered the house, right? So in حلت اليمين, the oath will dissolve لوجود الشرط, because of the shart being found. ولم يقع شيء, however, no talaq will occur. Why? لانعدام المحلية, because of the mahal being non-existent, which means she's no more his wife. She's a stranger to him now, and as a stranger she entered the house, right? وإن اختلفا في الشرط فالقول قول الزوج إلا أن تقيم المرأة البينة. And if they differ in the existence of the shart, right? So what it means here is that the woman is saying the shart was found, and he's saying no, the shart was not found. He wants to keep her in his nikah. You understand? And she's saying no, I'm out already, right? So they say the statement will be the statement of the husband, except that the woman can establish proof, right? لأنه متمسك بالأصل وهو عدم الشرط, because he's holding fast to the asl, and that is that the shart didn't occur, right? ولأنه منكر وقوع الطلاق وزوال الملك, and also because he is denying the occurrence of talaq and the going away of his ownership. You understand? So he's the denier of this here. So the qawl will be his qawl. وَالْمَرْأَةُ تَدَّعِيهِ, and the woman is claiming that the talaq falls and he lost his ownership. All right. وَفَإِنْ كَانَ الشَّرْطُ لَا يُعْلَمُ إِلَّا مِنْ جِهَتِهَا فَالْقَوْلُ قَوْلُهَا فِي حَقِّ نَفْسِهَا. And if the shart is not known except from her side, in other words, you won't know now. It's not a clear thing. It's something that only she can tell you whether it occurred or not, right? Then the statement will be her statement in the right of herself only. مثل أن يقول إن حِثِّ فأنت طالق وفلانة. For example, that he says, if you get hazed, then you are divorced, and your co-wife, and so, your co-wife is divorced. فقالت قد حِثِّ. So she said, I got hazed. طُلِّقت هي ولم تطلق فلانة. She will be divorced, and the co-wife will not, and so will not be divorced. The co-wife won't be divorced, right? So here it obviously means here now the husband is denying. He's saying, no, you didn't get hazed. But he can't say this because he doesn't know, right? So she's the one that can make that call only, that she got hazed. But when she says now, I got my haze, then only she will be divorced and not the other person. وَوُقُوعُ الطَّلَاقِ إِسْتِحْسَانٌ. And the occurring of talaq is istihsan. Well, qiyasu Allah yaka. Qiyas logic demands that it shouldn't occur. لأنه شرط فلا تصدق كما في الدخول. Because this is a shart, so she will not be believed just as in entering the house we believe the husband. When she says, no, I entered the house, the husband says, no, you didn't enter our house. You understand it? Then the call was the call of the husband. So likewise here also, there is also a shart, so the call should be the call of the husband. وجه الاستحسان, the reason of istihsan, أنها أمينة في حق نفسها, that she is trustworthy in regards to herself. She is somebody of trust when it comes to her own things. إذ لا يعلم ذلك إلا من جهتها, because that is not known except from her side, right? فيقبل قولها كما قيل في حق العدة والغشيان. Right. So her statement will be accepted just as it is said in the right of iddat and of wati. The right of iddat and wati. In other words, she's saying my iddat is finished, or my iddat is not finished. They also will just have to take her word for it. You understand it? Right. And then what it means by wati, in other words, if she comes back now, right? A man gave his wife 3 talaqs, and after say how many months? 3 talaqs is 3 iddats, right? 3 what's her name and what's her name? So say 6, just over 6 months, she comes back, and she say, you know what? I got married. I observed my iddat first, right? After the 3, I observed my iddat. I got married, and my husband made dukhul with me, wati with me, right? And he divorced me, and I observed my iddat, and I'm halal to marry you. You can believe her. You understand it? You can believe her if the time period carries that possibility. You got that now? So now, so just as you're going to accept, you can accept a qawl here in this case here, right? Just as you are going to, just as you said that you'll accept a qawl when it comes to iddat and what the in this particular example. ولكنها مشاهدة في حق ضرتها. However, she is merely a witness in the right of her co-wife. Well, here muttahimatun. Rather, she is suspected. There's a doubt on her. There's a doubt on her that she'll want her co-wife to be also divorced. She don't mind when you go down. Sometimes you don't take yourself. You take everybody else what you down. You understand it? So she want her co-wife also to be divorced. فلا يقبل قولها في حقها. So therefore, her qawl will not be accepted in the right of her co-wife. Okay, leave it.